Oh, what a series. What an absolutely insane series so far. I mean, so far that was an insane series. 7 games of madness. Like, Beyond Rogue is pretty quick. And then Beyond Dia was pretty back and forth, so was Beyond Creator. And then we had Solar beating Beyond in a pretty cool game that we time traveled in. Followed up by Solar taking down Zest. But then Solar Jachi was incredible, and Solar Classic was pretty insane as well, so pretty insane. Pretty insane. They are just resetting the stream, guys, so that we get the sounds back, I think. Hopefully without shaking. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. So yeah, what's up? We got like 6-7 minutes still until we're back properly. But I'm here now to talk, chit-chat. Does VSL really stand for Versus League? Wow, I had no idea. It's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Alright. Let's for a refresh. Is it gonna fix? Nope, it's just doing what I did before. They'll be back soon, guys. I love this moment, by the way. Look how happy they were. They're like, yeah, we won! They loved it. By the way, this is kind of cool, I guess. Can we go backwards? Watching the highlights was pretty cool, I suppose, to fill a few moments here. Can we go backwards enough? Maybe we can. Yeah, let's watch the highlights, because it was pretty... It is pretty cool. Well, these games... I mean, this was pretty sick from Björn, Rogue, overdroning. This was when... This was a weird game, because Björn was, like, definitely... They kind of skipped over the important part where Björn gets really far behind and Dia, like, completely messes up an attack trying to come back into the game. I think Kratos actually got behind early, but came back into the game as well. So, yeah, Kratos got back into it, but then Björn, with a good play, was able to win the end still. It was a pretty sick CVZ between Björn and Solo. That phone goal, though, that was the moment I think we all knew it was going to end. Björn's Marines just started to disappear. And that was GG. The Solo Zest game, I would say, was pretty stunning. I wouldn't say that was too crazy. Zest just having some trouble dealing with the large attack. This was actually a pretty key moment, actually, where he picked off like a couple of high Templars. There was just not enough to deal with this attack on the right side. That was pretty cool. The Solar Jachi was just insane. Like, this went on to like 25 minutes. Jachi hanging in for 0 workers for like 7 minutes. In the end, was nearly able to force a tie by killing the last hatchery. Like, absolutely insane game by Solar and Jachi. You can see Solar obviously felt the same about that one. And then Solar Classic was pretty intense as well. Classic, 10 minutes of onslaught it felt like he endured before he was finally able to just win a fight. To the point where Solar just had nothing left and had to type out. It was an absolutely insane PvZ. So that was all of that, guys. That was the first series of the day. Up next, Team Impact against Team Hero. It's not going to be 8 minutes. This was in the past. We are maybe going to have... Are we refreshed? Are we live again? Are we back? Yeah, we're back. So, do we have sounds? Got sounds. Good stuff. Awesome. So hopefully we don't have shaking, because the whole reason we went into the Korean feed was because of the shaking of the screen. So hopefully that's not going to return. Fingers crossed. So yeah, we got 3.5 minutes. What you guys want to talk about? Anyone got anything exciting to say? I could sell out. All right. So first of all, if you do enjoy my casting, well, first of all, obviously support BaseTradeTV. They're pretty awesome. I'm a sub myself. Look, Ace1, Ace2 in the chat. Literally a BaseTrade sub. Support BaseTrade. You can follow the channel and see when they're going live, producing a whole bunch of content all the time, obviously. I mean, you can sub to them, obviously, and stuff as well. I don't know what exactly else you can do, but I'm sure you can. I know you can sub to them. I'm sure you can do other stuff as well. I'm sure you guys who are here more often we'll know of that already. Obviously, if you enjoy my casting, you maybe want to check out more of what I do. You can check me out on Twitter at WardiXO, as it says below, right here. So you can check that out. If you want to support me as a streamer, kind of a caster and stuff, then you can check out my Twitch channel as well. I just wrote in the Twitch chat, so you can find my link. But it's Wardi with 3 eyes, WARDIII. You can check it out over there if you want to support me or anything. Follow, see when I go live again. A few people have been following the channel, my channel that is, in the last kind of half hour. So that's pretty cool. So you can follow me over there, see when I'm going live on my own channel and stuff. I cast StarCraft pretty much every day, so I mean I'm full time and casting every day as well. So you can go check that. And yeah, obviously if you want to support in other ways as well, you're free to. Rifkin said I could sell out, so yeah, give me money. You guys should go sub to me. You should go donate like hundreds of dollars each. You should just do everything. Like otherwise, you're not cool. Pretty much. I'm pretty sure that Rifkin did say that. He's literally said, where was it? Just do whatever you want. Lol. Okay. Bye. Love it. Love it. A beautiful phrase. One more best of 7 today, guys. So we have Impact versus Hero in the winner bracket final. The other 2 best of 7s, I believe, get played tomorrow, which is why I'm going to be casting as well. Cool. Yeah, you like my background? It's pretty cool, isn't it? I couldn't think of. I mean, I don't green screen with like a background very often anymore because if I green screen, it's probably because I just want to be like I'm playing or something, so I'm like in the game. So I don't green screen with a background very often. So I didn't know what to pick as like a background. I was like, I didn't know, so I just picked one. I have a few cool ones from like doing thumbnails from YouTube. For a while, I was gonna get a picture of Austin and pretend I was in Austin. Like, yeah, I'm in Austin too. Woo, check me. I'm with the cool kids. But no, we're not. We are not. Why are we not cast on my own channel? Because VSL is BaseTrade's, not BaseTrade's tournament, but BaseTrade have the rights to the tournament. So that is why. So I sold out. I took the dirty BaseTrade money. All that dirty BaseTrade money. Dirty, dirty, dirty. So yeah, BaseTrade just BaseTrade just have the rights to VSL. That's why they are the casters, the official casters, and that's why we're casting on BaseTrade. To answer the questions in the chat. Alright. We could probably put the sound back on, couldn't we? Maybe, perhaps, should we? Nah, let's not. See, now we don't have Korean voices anymore. Yes! Victory! BaseTrade is employed by VSL to cast in English. Yeah, basically, they have the rights to cast it in English. That's what it is. Like, that's the deal they have. Like, I don't know how it works exactly, but that's what it is. That's what it is. My backdrop is actually the same as your desktop wallpaper. What can I say, man? I mean, the thing is, I had to put the green screen up because I figured it would be a bit awkward having just my studio background, which has like a massive Wardi TV sign above it. I was like, that might be like a little bit awkward to kind of, you know, have the full Wardi TV like all the way across the top of my like head, just being like right there. It's like that might be a slight conflict of interest. So I went for the green screen, which I had to set up. I've taken down and put the green screen back up so many times recently, but now I figured it out. Now I figured out a way to change the to take the green screen off without taking the green screen properly down. It's hard to explain, but basically I just don't put it away. It's hard to explain. It's hard to explain. Anyways, as you can see, we have Team Impact here. We should probably look at this. Impact, Patience, Stats, and Forte. What a scary team. Impact obviously winning the VSL Solo League, so I actually think this is a really terrifying team. Actually, they did take down Team Zest, who just came out of the losers match, 4-2 in their first round match up. I was gonna do some real graphics design and have like Wardi TV crossed out and like have it have base trade written on as well, like pure ghetto style. That was my plan as well. But then, well, look, actually, until about half an hour before the cast, I didn't have any graphics at all. So it was going to be a real ghetto stream initially, but we changed it up. Impact going to be the starting player for Team Impact. It's the second time today we've seen the team captain coming out first. Rogue doing the same for Team Rogue. Didn't work out for him, unfortunately. And there is Team Hero. Also a pretty scary team. Hero, Bjorl, Bernie, and Trust. I would say that, Hero stats kind of pair off against each other, I would say. Yeah, like, it's tough. It's tough. I feel as though Team Impact is maybe a bit stronger. Mostly because I think Forte can do better than Trust, but it's pretty even, I think, so. It's a tough one to call, and okay, well, I got told that I get bonus points if I get hyped on Bjorl. Because, of course, Bjorl is sponsored by Team LFT, Team Looking for Team, which is BaseTrade's team. So we've got to get really, like, this is just unfortunate for Team Impact. Bjorl's going to all-kill. You guys should just stop watching now, but don't actually stop watching now. But it's just so over already. Team Hero, send that Bjorl. They know what's up. They know he's the best. They don't want any nonsense. They want to hit the finals. No problem at all. So that's what's up. That's what we're all going to say. Sponsored by the best team in the world, Bjorl. I'm looking for team. All of that for some extra bonus points, man. Boom. Bonus points. Whoop. You know what bonus points mean? Bonus prizes. You know what bonus prizes mean? I don't know, actually. Alright, so let's set up into this. We have sound now, of course. We got sound. Yeah! Whoop! Alright, let's put the sound on then. And let's go into this and see what will happen in this ZVZ. First time I've seen a ZVZ today. Nuka Precinct Zama. There we go, and in the bottom left-hand side from Team Impact. To start us off, it is Impact. Representing Dead Pixels. He's got so many clothes on, man. Bjorl to the bottom right-hand side. There's that BaseTradeTV logo right there. There you go, you guys can see it. You can get hyped. See, now I've nailed it. Did the player intros on time. Hyped Bjorl. How many bonus points? I've got the sound back. And the screen isn't shaking. Literally, guys, I'm pretty sure I deserve all the bonus points in the world right now. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so, let's jump into this. Let's see what's going to happen. Let's see how it'll go. As you do see from Impact already, a gas pool opening against the hatchery first of Bjorl. Not an aggressive gas pool. It was coming down just after his overlords, just kind of more of a safety and a little bit of light pressure kind of gas pool timing here in the early stages from Impact. Going to be seeing Bjorl. Obviously, hatch gas pool from him is should be fairly happy against this. Shouldn't really come into too many issues. As we get this set up, get ready to roll, get ready to rumble. I do want to hear your guys' thoughts and your guys' predictions as well. Whether you're cheering on Team Impact as a whole, or Team Hero as a whole, or just some specific players that you're cheering on, or who you would like to see playing today. I'd love to hear from you guys what you're thinking and who you want to see coming out with the victory. Of course, this is the winner bracket final, so the losers are not eliminated like Team Rogue just were in the previous series. The losers will just drop down to the losers match. Not the losers bracket, which will be the lower bracket finals where they'll play against Team Zest tomorrow before the grand finals. So that's going on. That's what's going to be happening. So I do want to hear who you guys are cheering on, who you guys think is going to win, and whether you feel Bjorl or Impact in this first game of all as well. As we set up into this, the Bane Nest is about halfway done. Hatchery finished up for Impact as well. And the Bane Nest just starting here from Bjorl, so A little bit slow, of course, on that Baneling sort of setup, but to be expected given the way that these build orders initially have worked out. Queen comes forward, does throw down and inject here. I'm just going to be getting that set up nice and quickly. A few drones just mining away as well, and there's going to be seeing the Queen throwing down another inject over on this nice main base. So nice and juicy injects coming through. Getting those lava set up early as a few more lings on the way. And just going to be seeing, again, Impacted Beal just moving around with a couple of lings. Actually, a couple of Banes come through here from Impact. Kind of hidden out the way, so maybe looking to try and get a bit of a surprise attack going in some way. I mean, the lings as they come over wouldn't be too much of a surprise, but the couple of Banes suddenly connecting, definitely coming in so quickly, definitely could be, as Beal just goes around a long way just so he can pick up information. He just wants to try and scout and figure out what is going on in these early stages. Right now he's got a couple Banes of his own on the way up, starts morphing 2 more as he realizes what's going on right now. As these lings moving up into the high ground, and again, Queen's just going to be used there to push those Zerglings away. Oh, Beal has got Banes coming in towards Impact's main base. And Impact, he was just down on workers, he will take a worker lead now, but maybe not for too long. If those Banelings are going to be able to connect, here we go. Impact, are you paying attention? No, you're not. Yo! Takes down 7 drones. You can see Impact's facial reaction just there. He's like, what? How do you... First of all, how do I see none of that? Like, it's first of all, like, how do you get lings in my main when you've not even been attacking me or anything? Then it's like, how did I just let them walk into my mineral line like 2 times, and like twice I've messed up there. You can see Impact obviously not too happy with himself because of it. I can see another extractor being taken as we continue to set on up Impact with a Spire dropping down. Very fast lair coming through from him. Actually failed to mention that, honestly, but that's something which Beal will also have a scout on now because of those Banelings running in towards the main base. So that's a fantastic situation for Beal. I mean, we're talking about 7 drones killed, seeing the full scout of the lair at least. And while he doesn't necessarily know 100% how it's a Spire, it's a good information as to what it could be. You know, it's going to be a Spire or a Nidus most likely. I mean, what else are you going to do with such a fast lair in ZVZ? You're not going to rush out Hydras because they're just going to die to pretty much anything. So, pretty much just going to be the lair coming in. And I mean, again, you look at this, he predicts a bit. As he sees, I think he sees the Spire now. If not, then he's going to see the lack of a Rotron, the lack of Roaches and so on, and the lack of Evo Chambers. And again, having seen the lair, it should just be through... You should just be able to say, right, okay, in that case, it probably is a Spire play. And you can see already, Spore Crawler coming up in the main base mineral line. He very much so knows. We're going to see some lings hitting the third base and Impact. Looking as though he might be in trouble here in the next couple of moments. Goes down very quickly, third hatch being cancelled. And picking off the drone as well, of course, a couple of Banes leading the charge from Beal. Looking to see if he can get some damage done. Will come in to protect them with his own Zerglings. Good stuff so far. Ooh, that's actually an okayish trade. Because not only does he get a Zergling, but he actually gets both Banelings kind of low, making them a little bit more easy to target fire down. And of course, one more Bane will just trade out evenly overall there in general. Oops. I just pulled my mouse across to try and click on something, but nope, I'm not the observer. God, it's so funny how you do that, isn't it? It's like, I haven't been observing for like the entire first series, and yet I'm still like, whoop, bring my mouse over and try and do some observing of my own. Meteors come onto the map, and obviously they'll be a pretty good help in terms of turning away any sort of aggression of his opponent. So Beal maybe starting to lose some Overlords, slight supply block for him initially, and actually hasn't started up Overlords yet, so it's going to be quite a heavy supply block. As the Hydra Den finishes up, he obviously wants to go straight into some kind of anti-air. Impact will start to throw down the Roadrunner in the meantime and look for his own transition into a bit more of a sturdy ground-based army past this harassment phase, which is what is going to come in from these mutas. The Bane gets targeted down here nice and quickly, and this base might get taken down again. The Bane is not really going to connect on anything. The mutas come back to try and save it, and they look like they will save it. And we'll just see some more drones continuing to drop here. So 2 workers killed. Man, a lot of them on low health. There's going to be another 7 workers going down. 7, the magic number this game so far from Beal. 7 workers with the first 2 Banes, 7 workers with the Ling run by just then as well. And again, now he's 20 workers up in the game. He's got so much money for Hydras, which he's going to start producing now as he gets on supply blocks. Throws into his +1 missile attack upgrade too. The only thing that's going to be a little bit interesting is going to be the Hydras. It's going to be like the Hydras going up against Roaches. It's kind of weird because like Hydras on their own, a little bit squishy, a little bit tender. So if, you know, Impact was to attack with Roach speed and +1, and there's only really Hydras up, then there's a sole possibility that actually he could make a kind of a larger fight happen in some way. So it'd be kind of interesting to see. We're just going to see these meters working their way through this extractor. And this extractor is going to go down. Extractor falls, 2 workers killed, and now going to pull away over towards the third, or at least think about it. He's going to find a Hydra or 2 as well. Obviously, the more he gets done with these meters at this point, the better it is in terms of a follow-up attack. And that is starting to get into play right now. And Bjorl, he's currently 10-ish army supply behind, which isn't a lot. But Impact's morphing in a lot of Ravagers too. He's going to have a lot to go for with this. But of course, you've got to remember too, these meters aren't the best of straight-up fighting units. So that might not be able to do too much in the engagement. Again, Hydra's so squishy. Surprised to see so many of them just sort of without anything else, I suppose. Without any road. I guess road production is starting up right now. Here we go, that Impact starts to attack on forwards. A couple of bows don't really hit on anything just yet. I think the Hydra's just going to be in too high a number. A few Queens to transfuse up is going to help a lot. And there's a whole bunch of Roaches here as well, just try and get in front and to help out as well. So, looking to try and get some more done here and there. Roaches and Ravagers fire into that hatchery momentarily, and it's going to be seen to split away with those units right there. Corsair bows keep on dropping. Well, you know what? Impact's still pushing at this front. There's a carapace upgrade in the play, by the way, as well from Bjorl. That's something he invested in too early. But the +1 missiles is finished just a little bit sooner for Impact, which was helping. But now Bjorl has it as well, and it looks as though he has got enough to push back. I mean, reinforcing distance, it's going to be good. And obviously as well, he's also playing with kind of a 20-ish worker lead, which means that overall he's just producing way more as well. Impact knows it. He types out GG, and Bjorl will take the first win of this best of 7 series. 14 hero, Bjorl. Making it look easy. Solid play. First Banes did some good damage, the second counterattack did some damage as well, and I think again he knew what was going down from a very early stage because he saw that lair. He could pretty much guesstimate and put kind of all the pieces together to figure out the entire puzzle, which was what Impact was getting up to. GG. Alright. So next player from Team Impact will be coming out in just a few moments' time. We're going to hit it into a quick little break here, guys. See you on the other side of this with our game number 2. They're back to really short breaks. They go from taking like 4 minutes to go into the next game to like a minute and 30 seconds. It's insane. Guys, it is Forte going up against Bjorl in game 2 of this best of 7. Forte, a dangerous one, but wouldn't really say he's had the results lately to say he's going to be the favourite or anything against Bjorl, of course. And cross spawns as well would be exactly what Bjorl will try to go for here. Well, will want to have gone for here. This is exactly the sort of stuff that he wants, you know. So let's go into this and see how this goes. Top left is Forte. Again, we missed the play intros. You guys can shout at me later. Top left is Forte. Bottom right is Bjorl in this TVZ game number 2. Bjorl looking very good so far. And again, first game just looked so solid in the ZVZ. As we get that mirror matchup out of the way and wrapped up nice and quickly. Again, if you're just wondering about the format of this event, it is best of 7 all kill series. And that's going to be meaning that the winner stays on after every game. So winner stays on, and the first team to use up all of their players, as the loser does not get to come back, is the loser of the same. So basically the first team to reach 4 wins. That's how it rolls. So Bjorl stays on from the last game. Forte replaces Impact. And so far, Team Hero after that 1-0 start. Let's see how well it's going to go for them here in this second game. I mean, a 2-0 start would be nice, but you got to remember you got those scary Protoss players coming up after this young Terran player in Forte. You know, you got yourself Patience, you got yourself Stats, and they're both players you want to be a little bit cautious of. I think the players which you want to be a little bit careful of in general. So see how it goes. See what will happen, and we're just going to be seeing the Ripper. Just moving down towards the bottom left-hand side. Having a little bit of a scout around then, looking to see what's up, looking to see what is happening and what is going on. A couple of Reapers early. Sorry, have I completely missed this early? Wow, God, I'm awful. Someone's observing for me. I didn't even mention Free Rack Sweeper. I do apologize, guys. So Free Rack Sweeper from Wardi. 2.5 minutes to realize the build. Literally dreadful. Well, Buell will see this now. He's going to see no expansion. He's going to see another Reaper, so he obviously knows what this is, more or less. Now, he's obviously saw Bjorn going for Free Rack Sweeper early against Rogue, and it was also on a 4-player map, so let's see how Wardi is able to make it work out, as we'll see. Got some extra links on the way to help out initially. So far, so good, as Buell keeping those drones alive. Good positioning with the Sport Crawler there, putting that down right on time. And as we're just going to be seeing, well, more Reapers coming across, and going to keep on gathering together. Now remember, Bjorn earlier today against Rogue made this Free Rack Sweeper look very easy. Didn't get too much damage done, but the follow-up just completely destroyed his opponent. Completely destroyed his opponent. You see those Reapers still just gathering up out the front. 3 more Reapers on the way in production. And that CC is starting to build as well. Nice little counterattack with the Lings. Love that. Trying to pick off reinforcements. It's very frustrating for a Free Rack Sweeper player, because obviously 1 Reaper at a time is not going to be able to fight against those Zerglings. So it creates a nice little opportunity for you as Buell thinks about that one, sees the wall off, backs away, decides not to go for it. The wall off on the low ground is kind of smart too. Stopping this run by is really nice, because otherwise he'd be able to get in there and slow down the CC from building, if not cancel it. And that would be hugely detrimental to him. So throwing the deepos down the low ground like that as well, just helping him to wall off nice and quickly here in the early stages of the game. Queen just continue to inject here and there, and just going to see those Zerglings still looking around. Nice grenade. Very nice grenade to splash onto a lot of those Lings. And again, for the most part, we're just going to be seeing Wardi back away from this, though. He's kind of done what he wanted to do with the Reapers, which is to force units out of Buell, slow down his economy a bit. Doesn't really slow down the third hatchery too much or anything, but slows his opponent down a bit, and now he just starts to transition. Double reactor. Still building 1 Marine at a time. No tech lab, which I have to kind of question a little bit. Maybe he has a tech lab, but he just isn't making the stim. It feels as though he wants to go into the same follow-up that of course you see kind of Bjorn went for earlier, which is just factory, lots of Marine production into the 2 medevacs, and go for that little bit of a drop, as we are going to see Reapers already starting to approach this third base. A couple Queens will come down and start working their way through the Reapers. The Lings are set up to kind of surround the Reapers, though if they back away through the left-hand side, that's exactly where they are starting to head. He's going to come from the top, so he can't get the leap up onto the ledge. Grenades are going to blast Lings all over the place. The surround keeps happening. They're not happening because of those grenades. But now he's out of grenades, and that's a cleanup from Buell. Nice pull away this time. Just because of those Lings, a few of them getting low, a couple bits of extra splash damage would have definitely gotten some kills. But Buell, great control, and he completely shuts that down. And Forte losing every single Reaper. Well, what now? Stim only just starting. It's so late for Stim. Look how much gas he has. You know, he's already got 300 gas in the bank. Then he starts Stim. It's so late. And I mean, his medevacs are going to be out, and he'll still be waiting for Stim to finish. So that's going to be a little bit of an issue, as we're going to be seeing the hatchery here. Just half health, but worth taking half health of half damage on the hatchery if you can follow up with kind of killing every single Reaper, of course. Queen just again keeping on injecting, nothing too crazy elsewhere, and Starport will land back onto that reactor. A couple of medevacs on the way up, and those things still trying to work their way through the depots at the front here in these early stages. So things trying to work their way through the depots at the front, and just going to be seeing the Marines is still kind of gathering themselves together and thinking about what they might want to try and do in the next few moments. And we're going to be seeing again these couple of Queens just thinking about where they might want to go, what they might want to get up to, if they want to inject, spread free. Life of Queen is very exciting. Way more exciting than Marines or Lings. You get to create lava. You get to take over the entirety of the map. This is just going to be seeing the third CC landed now in position from Forte, and build a little bit of a supply block as losing an Overlord here. We'll get out of that now, though, and well, I mean, actually, you look at Forte's position. He's actually set up quite nice. I mean, his upgrades are going to be ahead of Buell's eventually. As we're going to see some Lings will sneak in, though. How much can they do? They will actually pick off most of these Marines. And kill a few away towards the third base as well. So it's going to keep on fighting. This is a nice trade by Buell. I was just about to say, like, if you look at things in general, like, 1-1 will be ahead for Forte. He's got a good amount of production. His stim is late, which means his combat shields will be late as well. So that's going to be interesting to see if VSTV is just getting worked away at on the natural expansion. These 2 medevacs going to come down the left side as well. Look to see what they can get up to. A lot of Lings going to gather on the far left side, so Again, looking for counterattacks in towards that third base. Nice pull away and plenty of time. He was placing the depot, so it would have been really kind of a surprise if he hadn't have picked up on those Banelings walking towards him. But pulls away, makes sure he's not going to take much damage. I think he lost one of the depots, lost a bit, and SCV as well. And that's about it. Marines will stim in too. Still no combat shields on these Marines, and that's going to be a pretty big deal as the Lings do get us around. Does see the Queen falling, but well, that's the life of a Queen, man. We said it's a great life, but sometimes you've got to pay the price for getting out there and spreading your creep and controlling the territory of Cactus Valley. It's a rough land. It's a rough land. Spire's about halfway done, then we mentioned that a couple of times, I think, and it means that the meters are going to be on the way very soon. And a lot of meters as well. Look at the bank of Bjorl. About, well, there was 1k, and until he started up Bane speed, plus 2 Carapace as well. No plus 2 melee. Does he have a second Evo chamber yet? I'm not too sure. I would be interested if he just went for all of his upgrades just on 1 Evo chamber. Starts with plus 1 flyer attacks. Still has a lot of gas to spend on meters, but misses some of the minerals now. But I'm sure he'll get there in the end. Set it up and see where it goes. As we're just going to be seeing again a few more racks dropping down before they just setting up into a bit more production towards the third base. Again, the more production you have, well, you just need more production at this stage because you're obviously mining off of 3 bases rather than 1 or 2 bases from early in the game. It's nothing really too surprising for the most part. Again, like, you'll just spreading out creep and having a good time setting up. He still hasn't made the mutas, but maybe soon. There we go, 12 of them on the way all at once, so I guess he just wants to hide them as long as possible so Forte doesn't think about them maybe. And then suddenly 14 mutas fly in all at the same time. They swoop on in and they just try and do so much as Forte again missing their combat shields for a little while. Some mistakes from our Terran play here in this game, which are just not really mistakes you can be making to game, against someone like Bjorl. You can't really be affording to just give the Zerg player who is this good those advantages every now and then. You really, really can't. A few more Banes coming over to the left-hand side. Marines picking off another Zergan once again too. And you still just see +2/+2 upgrades. Still one of the things I think that's going very well for Forte here. He will have a +2 attack upgrade lead for a long amount of time over the kind of Bjorl upgrades. Bjorl's Carapace is still the only kind of round upgrade we see on the upgrade tab. Obviously the +1 flyer attacks coming through as well. Will help those meters a little bit. Meters going to come in and fight these Marines actually. I mean, there's honestly enough meters where you can fight the Marines with a few Lings to tank initially. And that's the thing, he's just gone up to so many meters so quickly. They're flying here, he'll probably get the turret kill as well. Like, he's already at that sort of meterless number where you can start fighting turrets and just go through the repairs if it was repaired. I mean, Forte, I think, realized there wasn't any point repairing. He probably would have just lost more SCVs trying to, just from the meterless kind of glaive bounce. He's playing a dangerous game though as they fly in between 2 Marines. They very nearly become a sandwich where the Marines are the bread, but unfortunately it's just not quite going to happen for Forte. I mean, that would have been a big win. Take down a whole bunch of those meters. It would be a good way for him to start pulling back into this game a little bit, but unfortunately it's not quite happening. Let's see another CC lift, and then still, I mean, for everything that I feel has not really gone Forte's way in this game, there's still a lot which is going rather well for him, like 4th base is on time, and again, the upgrades are nice for him too. Hive starts up from Bjorl here. We're going to be seeing that medevac to the right-hand side will get caught pretty quickly. Bjorl continue to expand just en masse. Very quickly just going in towards the base on the right-hand side. To the bottom left, he's already got it finished up. Continue to just mass expand here. And he's, this stage of the game, he's been controlling them out with the Lings, the Banes, the Mutas. And so he's not really got any threat to kind of, to those bases which he's expanding towards. I mean, obviously he should have a bit of a threat because, medevacs can get out there and they can attack, but he's been doing such a good job of shutting all that down. But he's not, it's not really too much of an issue for him. Nice target firing on the Widow Mine there by the Mutalisks. Takes that down nice and quickly. And you see a little bit of Marine Marauder just simming over to the left-hand side too. Somebody's going to lift up. I love the fact he leaves the Marauders on the ground. Just going to try and tank a couple of Bane shots. Doesn't happen though. And now Mutants are going to intercept. And that's maybe the issue, the fact he stuck around so long. Free full medevacs go down and Forte loses so much. Now this turret goes down. You see he doesn't even pull for the repair. He just pulls away. He knows this ain't pretty. Meanwhile, Bjorl still has an army over to the right side of the map. He's actually going to pull that towards the center now and maybe looking for a little bit of a different position to engage on into. Maybe loop around from 2 sides and really try and get something done with this. Another Zergling getting shut down right here. And another scan on top of these Feelings and Banes. Flies on in towards the main. You're going to see another missile turret getting taken down. Meanwhile, a big drop finally hits its target and will take down that far right-hand side base. However, it's taken Wardi so long to get rid of one of these bases that you got to question, was it worthwhile overall? I mean, that base wasn't even mining yet. There's another base bottom left that Buell can just send drones to. Upgrades getting taken down in the main. Huge play by Buell. When you're playing Ling Bay Muda, the one thing you're going to be very slow on is your final set of upgrades, the 3-3. I mean, he actually doesn't even have +2 melee yet. I think that's something Buell's just completely forgotten about here. Yet he's still just dominating in this game. Ultra Cavern about to finish. Adrenal Gland starting up. Still looking fantastic for our Zerg. And again, 4 days maxed out, but the way the engagements have been going, the way Buell's been playing, it's just struggling. I struggle to think about a way in which 4 day kind of takes the fight, which really helps him out too much here. As he tries to move across the map, Buell just counterattacks and says, cool, you know, if you don't want to try and move across the map, I'm just not going to let you. And that's the power of my Ling Bane just already being in position, so 4 day really struggling to deal with that. Another drop over here will now meet its end as the Medivac will fly right on into those Mutalisks. It's a nice quick cleanup. Still in an upgrade lead. I mean, the 3-3 would have been fantastic to have already, but he has still got to kind of realize here that he's up in attack upgrades. So I mean, 4 still has that going for him. Again, it sounds kind of crazy, but it is very true. As we see Bane's coming running their way in towards these couple of workers. Actually pulls a couple back as well, gets rid of that turret. Meanwhile, Mutalisks to the right hand side are going to pick up a few more SCVs as well. 4 trying to respond, and I mean, yeah, he gets these units here, but Buell is confident enough to even just turn around and come back in for another kill. Now Lings to the left hand side, it's just never ending. To the right, to the left, to the right, to the left. Forte being pulled around all over the place right now. He has no idea where he should really be next, and now he's in the natural expansion. You know, I didn't know it was possible for one man to be this elastic, but he really is just being pulled everywhere with no real answer. I mean, he's going to drop some fours towards these meters now. We move away just before the 4 shots happen, but meters were fairly well spread. There's not going to be any deaths. And 24 workers down. Forte really is just, well, running around all over the place trying to do what he can. And while he loses workers, he's rebuilding with army, and he's going to have like one very powerful push. But then you realize that Buell's got ultras. Then you realize that Buell's got like 6k, 2k in the bank. And then all of a sudden, he's just going to, like, you know, it doesn't matter what fight Buell takes, he's just going to rebuild, and he's going to have a second army to come in and fight with. He's going to see these SCVs, he's going to get picked away at again. He would have thought the meters would be, once again, an issue here for 4 days. As we see Bane's crashing on forwards. Just a couple of issues, but might actually gets an overseer kill. A few units in the back just trying to hold up against this. This time the Bane's hit massively towards the front, though. 4 days army supply advantage is very quickly disappearing. The Widow Mines go off, not really on anything too important, and now the meters might just be heading back to intercept those medevacs. If we could get rid of all of those, that would be fantastic, of course. Meanwhile, the Widow Mines left in the center get cleaned out as well. And this is just not really a pretty sight anymore, especially not for a Terran fan, especially not for a Terran player. It's breaking my little Terran heart, really, because Buell is just playing this so beautifully, to be fair. I mean, you can't really blame 4 day, because you can understand how frustrating it must be to deal with these constant attacks here and there. And just ever since Buell got the kind of kills on the Reapers, he just hasn't looked back in this game. Like, even when Forte had something good going for himself, like a drop to the right side, it barely even made an impact on the game, which is a shame, because he's on Team Impact, so you would have thought he might have had some wordplay to kind of help him out. I don't know. Anyways, they'll just keep on crashing forwards. They're going to just pick up the last few Marines. There's no answer to these Ultralisks. I mean, the 4 is slowly killing them, but more Ultras keep on streaming in. There's the game being called, and Buell takes game number 2. 2-0 up right now in this best of 7 for Team Hero in the VSL Team League 2017 Season 1. Alright then, so it's going to be another quick break from us, guys. 2 minutes, and when we come back, is it stats or is it patience to bring us into the PVZ against Buell? We'll find out straight after this, guys. Don't go anywhere. See you soon. It is time to get back, and it is going to be Stats coming in as the next player from Team Impact. Stats versus Buell coming on up in the next couple of moments. As you can see right here, Buell is taking Team Hero to a 2-0 lead. Gotta be a little bit worried, man. If stats falls, which is entirely possible in this PvZ, then we are going to be at a very tough crossroads for Team Impact with only Patience left to play. Welcome to Proxima Station. Is to the bottom left hand side of the map. Our red Protoss player from Splice. It is Stats. His opponent top right hand side representing. Looking for team. BaseTradeTV's very own team. It is Bjol. Game 3 of this series. We had some long games today, actually. The first best of 7 coming up to take in about, taking like 2.5 hours. It's been some long games. Now, imagine VSL actually took breaks. That would be insane. Like, if they actually took breaks, we would have some absolutely, we've had a massive cast already today. Thank you all for joining me, of course, here on BaseTradeTV. I'm Wardi. Obviously not where I usually cast, but here to help bring you guys some VSL action for the day, so appreciate you guys coming and checking us out, and obviously do remember to support Base Trade. You can follow, subscribe, and all the rest if you would like to. If you'd like to support one of the most important parts of the StarCraft 2 scene nowadays, honestly. As we do just set up here and look to see how this Stats Bjol series is going to go. Stats Bjol series, the Stats Bjol game. You can see the pro from the stats just moving around a little bit, having a little bit of a look-see in the base of Bjol, just trying to be a bit of a nuisance here and there as well. I'm just going to be seeing that gateway dropping down at the front of this natural expansion. So that's going to expand to the low ground, which isn't too crazy. I mean, he's expanding to what you would call the third base, and what we'll probably refer to as the third base in a few moments' time as well. Once the free bases go up. I mean, it's a third base that's easy enough to hold with a normal wall off and all the rest of it. Like, obviously, it's even easier to hold the in base, but if you can take this base on the low ground already, why not? Because then you just set up nicely for the rest of the game, right? Just going to be seeing the link speed on their way down here from Bjol, and this probe just patrolling, watching for a third hatch to come down too. Bjol's startup link speed is still mining a little bit of gas. A little bit. He's actually got 3 workers still in the gas, so intrigued to see whether that's going to be some kind of aggressive play from him. Maybe he goes for something aggressive because of the fact he can see the, see the wall on the low ground and the kind of nexus on the low ground. Might be a response to that as we do see him. Just clean up that pylon quickly. We'll throw down the third hatchery. It looks as though the gas is just going to be for, maybe it can be for anything really in a ZVP early game. Could be for an Evo chamber and a +1. Fast Bane Nest though, and I mean that's the sort of Bane Nest time which isn't very friendly, which isn't very I'm just going to defend against your Adepts, because there is no Adepts on the map just yet. This is a Bane Bus which says, goodbye Stats, well, I'm going to go free up in this series. The thing is, Stats going to have absolutely no scouting of this at all. He's playing super greedily, investing into the Twilight Council, and now the the Robo Facility, which will generally indicate a Dark Shrine and Archon drops, but it's not going to be ready in time to help against this Bane Bust. And the most important thing he's missing, the Mothership Core. There's a Dark Shrine coming on down, ready for those Archon drops in about a minute and a half, but hey, Bane Nest is ready. First couple Banes are starting to morph in. Bjol making use of that gas. We mentioned it, he's still manning gas. What was he manning it for? It was for those Banelings. Lings streaming across the map. Stats has absolutely zero vision at all. And this is just going to be... Well, he builds an extra little bit of a wall behind this, so I guess he'll try and bust through the Zealot and then through the pylon in the back to unpower. I guess he wouldn't unpower the Wolf Gate. Here we go though, Lings are going to stream into the mineral line, and this is already troubling. The one gateway is unpowered, so even if Wolf Gate is going to get repowered or stay powered, it's not going to matter. GG. Just like that. Bjol is going to be the victor. And for the second time today, we have got a team who are up 3-0 and already on match point. The Stats takes the walk of shame back to his chair. Made the trip out of day to just play for 4 minutes and 11 seconds before losing to the Bane Bust. Paulie says to Patience, hey man, I hope you're better than me. hope you can do something, man, because we're being embarrassed right now. Patience has to step up like Solar did earlier. As Team Hero, of course, going to be sat there like, whoa, cheers, mate. That's fun. That's fun. Not having to do anything at all. Unscarred Bane Bus pretty much always going to be a pretty deadly way to play out a game, of course. Good stuff. GG's. Alright, so another game coming in shortly. Could be the last game of the day. I'll be back here tomorrow, guys. I'll be live with the VSL once again, covering for Base Trade. Tomorrow we do the loser bracket final, and I believe the grand final as well. So that will be us back tomorrow for that. Obviously, we're not done here yet today, but just giving you guys the info. Same time, same place. Make sure you tune on in. Should be a lot of fun. Looking forward to it, actually. Looking forward to it quite a lot. Should be a good amount of fun. Who do I think wins WCS Austin? I'm going to be a real sellout and say if you want the answer to that question, you should check out my most recent StarCraft 2 podcast on Natural Expansion, available on YouTube and on iTunes. Sellout! Yeah, you gotta sell out sometimes. Oh! Just threw my keys on the floor. Can't just throw the keys on the floor. How else are we gonna get into the studio? Zap zap. It's exciting, man. Getting into the studio with like a zapper. It's like, well, it's not a zapper, like with an electronic fob. It's like, I've made it. Got an electronic fob. Pretty cool. I'm gonna send a YouTube link. You can check it out youtube.com/WardiTV, Coach Vickers. It's one of the most recent uploads, so you should find it pretty easily. Hashtag sellout. Love the sellout. A podcast still a thing? Yeah, I'm making them a thing. It used to be, Natural Expansion used to be a talk show I did. I didn't really actually like the talk show vibe, but didn't feel it was that fun to run. So I changed it to a kind of like a podcast where I just get a different guest on, like each week or every 2 weeks. I mean, I've only done 2 episodes in this new format, so it's still a little bit experimental. But it's going to be last week. The first one was with Pilly Pilly talking about WCSNA Challenger League, and the second one was from with Penguin. We're talking Storm Cup and WCS Austin. So I think they're quite enjoyable to listen to. So I mean, obviously I'm biased, but if you like podcasts, check it out. Why not? Why not? We will set up and get ready to go. Time does the stream start tomorrow? It starts at 3 a.m. West Coast, midday European time, 8 p.m. KST, I think. 8 p.m.? 7 p.m. KST. What's the artwork from? I literally typed in ST2 wallpapers on Google and it came up. As a very boring answer. Very boring answer. Alright, we knew it was going to be Patience as the final player here for the VSL today. Let's see how it's going to go. Let's see what's going to happen. Going up against Bjorl. Didn't waste any time at all in disposing of stats. Team Impact. Really are not having a great day against Team Hero. Hero just sat there in the middle. These guys are minions either side. Like, re-rolling. I don't have to do nothing. Bjorl's just gonna win this for us, no problem. And so far, so good. Let's see if Patience can do it, though. Let's throw the full screen on, shall we? And let's see what map Patience will attempt to begin the reverse all-kill on. Last time these two met was in the SSL just a couple weeks ago. Patience with the 2-0 in that. Battleship VSTL for game number 4. Patience, the red Protoss player, to the top left-hand side of the map. And Dead Pixels representing Team Impact. To the bottom right hand side, the blue Zerg is Bjorl, representing BaseTradeTV's very own Looking for Team. And of course representing Team Hero in our winner bracket finals of the VSL Team League 2017 Season 1. Again, do let us know who you're cheering for. Let us know if you want to see Patience start to make a bit more of a series out of this, or whether you feel as though Bjorl is just going to crush on through. Always happy to hear what you guys have to say. Always happy to hear what you guys have to bring to the table and what you guys are thinking. And with no delay on the stream at all, we can just talk. Well, we shouldn't talk all the time, but we can talk a fair amount, which is nice. It's very nice. Just keep on chattering. Chattering. Hatch gas pool in the early stages of the game from Bjorl. Patience, Gate, Nexus Core. Pretty much what we just saw on Honor Ground. It's not Honor Grounds. Proxima Station. Honor Grounds, that was a bit of a weird one to get Proxima Station messed up with, wasn't it? I think it's because the last game reminded me very much so of Caston Houston versus Bly in the WCS Challenger League recently, where in Game 5, after playing 4 super epic games and like super long macro games, like 20-minute plus per map, in Game 5, Bly just went for like that Bane Bus. It was the exact same situation. Like Houston just died because he built in the Twilight, a Robo, hadn't seen anything, had no Mothership Core, had no way to hold it. And that was pretty much that. Okay, so set up into this, see how it will go in these early stages. There we go, Stargate coming down. That's what we want to see. Some tech to talk about. So the Stargate coming on in here is going to be able to obviously create a situation for Patience where he's going to be kind of aggressive early. He'll take some early map control, and one of the more standard ways, and it's kind of surprising we haven't seen in the PvZs today already, any sort of Stargate opening. We've seen a couple of Robo openers, which is a bit weird. We've seen the Twilight, which is a bit more normal. But Stargate's something we've been kind of completely missing today in PvZ openings. So Patience the first to go for this. Let's see what he can do. Obviously Bjorl, it's not like he's never played against a Stargate before. I'm sure he'll be figuring this out over the next few moments as the Oracle will start on up here. Great way to harass early, take down some early workers. Just continue on from there. Oracle will give the map control, and as the map control is established, it just gives Patience that scout, and it gives him a kind of consistent tabs on his opponent throughout. You know, he'll be able to know where, you know, Lings are. And, past the initial pulsar beam harassment, etc., the revelations on units can be so useful too. And even if, especially if you can keep the Oracle until much later in the game, it's crazy how useful those revelations are going to be. We're going to see a Phoenix coming out straight after the Oracle, though, so whether it's just going to be the one Phoenix to start chasing away an Overlord or two, whether it's going to be multiple Phoenix to start really continuing to harass, and that'll be told to us in the next few moments. It just sets up a couple of extra gates for now. And the third hatchery is about to finish up down on this low ground as well, so third hatch ready to be usable, and obviously the Queen's here coming out nice and quickly to start turning this first Oracle away. Sometimes you see an Oracle into one Phoenix to push the Overlords away, then another Oracle. The double Oracle combo can just be that little bit deadlier, one-shotting workers nice and quickly and all the rest of it. As you're just going to be seeing the again, few extra gates just at the front there as we saw before. It's just going to give Patience with Oracle right now the safety he feels he needs. Just moving towards that third Nexus is be a really nice catch on the initial Adept here. One Adept goes down, the other one I think gets a single kill and then is turned away. It's good defense by Bjorl as the +1 melee comes in from him, and so far looks super standard to be a kind of a Ling Bane sort of playstyle in these early stages. Twilight Council and Forge drop down for Patience. Can't stick on Stargate Tech forever. Well, some people can. Looking at you, Rotterdam. But especially in the PvZ nowadays, it's not very standard to go for a mass amount of Phoenix or anything, or to mass up kind of voids or anything early, so you can just throw down the Twilight, the Forge, and the Robo facility. And just going to be setting up into that, so just getting that up and ready to go. And obviously it's kind of the trifecta of important kind of tech structures for the mid-game of PvZ. He's going to go right into the Resonating Glaives initially, so straight away just setting up for those Adepts as his kind of main kind of composition initially. We'll see extra gates being added on from Patience. And we're just going to see that Robo Facility is about to finish up for him as well. So, again, we mentioned that the trifecta of kind of tech structures here. And we just start putting all of those to use. A Prism straight away from the Robo. He's 5 extra gates as well. I mean, obviously he's up on 3 bases, so he needs the extra gates. Takes up to 8 in total, as our observer points out for us right now. We'll see how aggressive he wants to be, because I wouldn't say 8 gates at this stage of the game is kind of too weird. I mean, he has the rest of his tech set up as well. Maybe it's a little bit aggressive. Let's see what he does with the +1 on the glaives. He's got a Dark Shrine followed up too. I'm not sure where that Dark Shrine is. It's on the natural, and I think our observer just showed us Bjorn not scouting that just yet. As we're going to be seeing the Hydraless Den is on the way up, and meanwhile, again, just Bane speed on the way, +2 melee. All of the tools that you would need to kind of set up that Hydraling Bane force, which again, we're very much so kind of just expecting here in the PvZ as of late. Bit of a push coming forwards though, and this is where the Bane's already being up is going to be very nice. The Sentry's there to add a few force fields in and to keep things safe, and the Prism, able to warp in 8 adepts at a time, is of course a huge threat. As we're going to see the Sentry's actually just going to back away, so the overall push is not going to come forwards, and well, Bjorn is also in position to push that Warp Prism away. So Prism going to get pushed away nice and quickly. You see Adepts here not really be able to do too much. Again, good positioning from Bjorn, is able to shut things down. Throwing up the Spire, this is something we didn't really see from the Zergs early in the ZVP. Unless they went for like the Spire very early, like Solo did initially get Zest. We'll see this time actually GT's warping in too, and Solo's attack doing a lot of damage. Bjorn has to pull away. 3 drones already dropping. He's under attack on his 4th base and 2 at the same time. These GTs are going to pull away as well. They will get cleaned up, I think. So going to try and hide in the corner and get lifted up, evacuated by the Prism. Meanwhile, what's happening in this left-hand side attack? There is some Baneling bombs coming down to help out, and all of the sentries bar 1 just about survive. The 4th hatchery does die though, as Bjorn needs to get something over here to keep on fighting this. As meanwhile, Patience obviously feeling pretty good about things. Throws down the 4th Nexus. So throws that down, and we're going to be seeing 2 Archons getting ready to keep on harassing with the Warp Prism to the right-hand side as well. Single Hydra does pop out, but I mean, where do you really go? An Archon, a couple of DTs here. Not going to be pretty, and Hydra doesn't really have much of a choice as it turns out. Cool, Banes keep moving forwards though, as the rest of the army comes in. Those Archons will be dropped, and the Warp Prism going down too. I mean, the double Prism play is cute, but it's a little bit painful to lose one of them, of course. But a couple of Archons as well. So in the end, Bjorn, 4th base very much so delayed, but he's able to kind of clean out a couple of Archons, which is nice, and he begins to stabilize himself now. And obviously for Bjorn at this point, he wants to start moving in towards that more aggressive attack and move in towards the kind of Hydraling Bane phase where he's just going to attack and keep on attacking up the right-hand side to take down the 4th, and then maybe try and push in towards the 3rd base too. Let's try and move on forwards there. Adapt's though going to be able to push the Zergans back very, very easily. Nice force fields coming down just to push the Banes away. But actually, I mean, he did lose a lot of sentries on the attack on the 4th, remember, so he didn't have an endless number of force fields to utilize here. In fact, he's going to have to warp in some more sentries if he would like some more warp ins in the near future. I love this. A few Adepts are shitting past the army to try and go and attack. That's going to get cleaned out nice and quickly, and yeah, good little bit of damage done as we see Bane's morphing into the left-hand side as well. Bjorn still not really being able to kind of be as aggressive as I feel he would like to be in this game. A single DT has maybe caused a bit of a nuisance over this side. Again, the Dropper Lords are loading up a few of these Banes, something we saw used very effectively by Solar against Classic in their game on Paladino Terminal. It was a really cool game, and while Solar didn't end up winning, the few Dropper Lord plays onto the army and onto the High Templar especially were kind of pretty cool, and they did help a lot to kind of keep his momentum rolling throughout the engagements. Now here we go, Bjorn's going to come up the left-hand side and immediately runs into a couple of DTs. He's had a lot of luck running into a few stray units here and there so far. You see Stalker going down as well, and still just going to be seeing those few units just gathering on up, thinking about where they might want to go, really. So a lot of Banes up in those Overlords. Hydra's going to get hit by that round. It's a huge revelation. Just gives, of course, basically kind of Patience all the info he needs. As here we go, everything clumped up as... Oh, he loses one of the Baneling bombs, though, before it can drop anything. However, he does get the other one in there, so there's no sentries left over. No force fields, and that's a lot of Hydras to deal with. A scary army still from Bjorl. A few sentries you can see being immediately warped in because, well, Patience knows he needs a few of those sentries. He needs some force fields to hold off, but that's all of those force fields already used right now. And you can see Bjorl is so eager to just get through. He is going to keep on trying to attack forwards. Meanwhile, there is some harassment in the natural of the Zerg player. That's what those drones being killed on the left side of your screen are from. And we're going to be seeing those Hydras still fighting away and still looking to see what else is up. Pulling everything over to the left-hand side now. GTO2 coming across as well. This army of Patience is a little bit stuck. It's being chased down. The Stalker's blinked a bit of a weird angle. Those sentries get demolished. The Immortal's on its own. At this point, Patience is trying to do damage control and just back away with what he can. Again, Bjorl has lost a lot of workers, but Patience mostly has some 81 workers, which is a little bit overkill, really. For a Protoss player against a Zerg, it's not usually the way you see things. It's usually just the Zerg up on 80 workers, Protoss down on 60 to 70. It's a little bit strange to see. I mean, Bjorl is still in this aggressive position. I just don't feel Patience, despite the damage he's done across the map. Don't feel Patience is really getting enough, kind of keeping enough alive, or has enough army to keep fighting. We saw the Robo facility under threat over there. Now Bjorl will just go for the attack towards the natural, where there is another Robo available to kind of be picked off. A few Banes roll in, help pick off that cannon. Stalker's actually going to blink on forwards. I mean, Hydras on their own are very vulnerable. We know that from experience, but I mean, there's Lings and Banes that keep on reinforcing them, and Bjorl keeps on gathering these units together, and no splash damage against what is an ever-growing number of Hydralists. Bjorl feels as though he's slowly but surely making the progress he needs to break through. Cybercore is going to go down now too. I'm not sure if Patience has already rebuilt one of those. Another Immortal to the side. Meanwhile, the third base, not actually under fire, but those Hydras trying to pick away at that Robo from a distance. I mean, if the Robos go down, no more Immortals, and then what? Well, you can warp in still just DTs, I think. Well, the Dark Shrine's about to fall, so now you can only warp in Gateway units, and even then it's only Zealots. You can see Patience's money is just going up and up and up. Now, DTs across the map, you can see here in the PIP, not brilliantly because of the logos, but the DTs are causing a bit of a concern for Bjorl. And they are doing a bit more damage than they maybe should, but is it enough damage to justify all the damage Patience has taken over here, to the fact that he can't actually build anything useful at all right now because he has no Cybercore? Not sure. Yachi, Patience is just going to try and turn this into a base trade. I think Bjorl realizes that that's pretty much the last thing he wants to happen. Bjorl knows that he's in a great position in terms of army, so he's going to pull back enough to clean this army of Patience up before he takes too much damage from this. I mean, the Zealots don't have... Do the Zealots have charge? Maybe. I don't think they're going to have too great a time against Lingbane Hydra, though, really. There's just not enough kind of tech units to back this up. I mean, a couple of Archons is great and all, but the Banelings, they do finish up here. They'll crash towards the Stalkers. The Archons are left on their own, and again, Patience is just running out of stuff over here. I mean, that said, I mean, we're saying this Patience is running out, and all the rest, I mean, the army supplies are getting closer together than they've been for a while. I mean, Patience has been able to get up some tech, he's been able to get that Cybercore back, so he's been able to spend some of that money, which has helped him out a little bit here. As we do have the Overseer taking a little bit more damage, a nice force field, blocking a few Banes away. Overall again taken down right there as well, and still some more Stalkers, some more Sentries warping in over to the right-hand side. So a few more units just getting set up over there, and it's going to be seeing Patience. It's kind of... I guess the fact Patience has had so many workers is kind of keeping them around for a little while in this, because it doesn't feel as though he should be in this at all. Lurker transition from Bjorl, though, now that is going to be pretty deadly when there's no Immortals on the map, no Robos to build Immortals from. Lurker's going to be very difficult to deal with pure gateway units. I'm still pretty sure there's no charge on the map either. And so charge dogs are kind of one of the other ways, or one of the only useful gateway units against Lurkers. Not having those is not really going to help. And honestly, I mean, charge dogs are only useful against Lurkers because they're usually backed up by the Immortals and the Archons, you know. They act as a good kind of like tanking mechanism to keep those tech-based units alive during the initial shots of Lurker fire. And again, Bjorl just keeps on pushing. Patience realizes there's just no way he can save Team Impact. Team Hero goes to the grand finals. Bjorl just looks way too good today. 4-0, all kill. Very solid stuff. Team Hero are victorious. Congratulations to them. An all kill. We thought we were going to get an all kill at some point earlier today, but it got denied twice. First Bjorn's all kill denied, then Solo's reverse all kill denied. This time Bjorn gets the all kill, and a bit of a faster second series of the day. Team Hero to the grand finals. Team Impact will play Team Zest as the opening match of tomorrow's VSL Team League in the Lua bracket finals before the grand finals as a follow. Hero doing a good job running a team where he doesn't even have to play right now, just winning. so far has been very, very successful. GG's. That's the Buell kill. The Buell kill indeed. Alright, guys. So, thank you very much for joining us today, of course. That was Wardi on BaseTradeTV. If you did enjoy the stream, obviously, again, hit follow, support the stream, all the good stuff. You know how it works. If you want to check me out personally, I'm at WardiXO on Twitter. You can follow me there. I stream StarCraft pretty much every single day. And I stream over on twitch.tv/Wardi with 3 eyes, WARDIII. You can support me over there if you want to follow, a sub or whatever. It's all greatly appreciated. And stuff like that. I'll be back here tomorrow, though. Same time, same place for the second day of this week's VSTL. So, see you guys here for that. Right now, just got some confirmation of Buell's all kill right there. Pretty solid series, really, for him. Nothing really too crazy at all. And there is our bracket. Losers bracket final tomorrow. Team Impact versus Team Zest. And then, again, I'm pretty sure the finals is tomorrow as well, with Team Hero waiting in that grand final. Alright. So, thanks for joining us. It's been a pleasure, as I've mentioned. Thanks for having me. Thanks for accepting me into your world and letting me begin my infiltration of BaseTradeTV, taking them down from the inside. Yeah, it was awesome, guys. Thanks a lot. I'm going to run a set of ads on the outro. If you stick around for a set of ads, you are awesome because you're saving esports. And I will see you guys tomorrow. I might be streaming on my own channel a little bit later today, but nothing too exciting. Just some ladder or something, most likely. And of course, after the ad break, we'll host someone up as well to keep on spreading the StarCraft 2 love. So stick around. Show someone some love. Thanks for watching, guys. See you later. I don't have an outro screen at all, by the way, so enjoy the blackness of the ending screen that is nothing.